Dan Evans has slammed a Manchester City chief over the state of British tennis. Dan Evans has claimed Emma Raducanu's US Open triumph papered over the cracks in British tennis with only 3 singles players at this year's French Open. And the British number 2 launched an extraordinary personal attack on former a.t.t.ack man Simon Timpson, who is now performance director at Manchester City. With Andy Murray getting ready for the grasscourt season, Evans, Cam Norrie and Jack Draper are the only British singles players in the main draw at the Claycourt Slam after 10 lost in qualifying. Raducanu was eligible but is out after undergoing operations on both her wrists and ankles to leave no British women playing in the singles at a major since the 2009 US Open. Raducanu's 2021 New York seemed to herald a brave new dawn in British tennis, but she is still British number 1 despite falling to world number 106. Has her success papered over the cracks? Yeah, said number 20 seed Evans. We've been lucky, or they've been lucky that they had a Grand Slam champion and she was a very good tennis player, but the rankings don't lie, do they? Men's or women's, the rankings don't lie. Men, not many of us playing qualies, not many in the main draw. I don't want to sound like a broken record, but there's way further to go than just the top players. It's from the bottom up. We're in a massive habit of sending people to college now. I don't think that massively helps. I think the grass last year really helped paper over some cracks as well. There were some good results, but if you look at the players who did pretty good on the grass last year, who were wildcards etc., rankings don't lie. After the grass, there will be a bit of soul searching, I imagine, after their holidays and after the grass, obviously. In response, an LTA spokesperson said, "Naturally we would have liked to see players progress from qualifying to main draw at Roland Garros this week. Despite this week's results, we are making longer-term progress, but there is more work to do before we consistently have the numbers we would like to see across all levels. That's why we are investing in our junior players, staging more international competitions in this country and supporting players' development whatever is the best route for them to reach the top of the game, including both professional and the college system routes. Of course we need to go further and want players moving up the rankings, but we do believe we are heading in the right direction." Evans, who claimed the 2 outdoor clay courts at the National Tennis Center were not fit for purpose, served a 1-year ban after testing positive for cocaine in 2017. He added, "You've got to work hard. I know what it's like to not work hard and what you get from that, and I know what it's like to work hard and get decent rewards." The Aston Villa fan, 33, is used to sporting frustration and disappointment. But asked how he felt about the state of British tennis, he claimed, "I couldn't give a s*** about it. If you've got a guy Simon Timpson, who sat next to me after I came back from my drug ban and told me, with all due respect to James Ward here and Heather Watson, I put you 3 in the same bracket. You are close to finishing your career. And I said thanks, man, that was that meeting. And I seem to have done all right since that meeting. He sent me to a psychologist, that was about it. That's what Simon Timpson, who sat next to me after I came back from my drug ban and told me, with all due respect to James Ward here and Heather Watson, I put you 3 in the same bracket. You are close to finishing your career. And I said thanks, man. And I seem to have done all right since that meeting. He sent me to a psychologist, that was about it. He didn't know what he was watching." Timpson worked as performance director at the LTA from 2016 to 20 before joining the Premier League champions. Evans won his first ever main draw match here last year and in the first round faces a.t.t.ack, the Aussie wildcard who lost a 5-set epic to Murray in the second round of the Australian Open. "I watched a bit of the start," said the world number 24. "Kokkinakis is obviously very good in Australia, plays very good tennis, but it's totally different circumstances. Clay court is probably his least favorite surface I imagine. It's going to be a good match, a tough match, but it's a match which I hopefully can win.